Who's ready to be watched over by a drone that is not going to tell you whether you can be outdoors or not, tell you how you can live your life? Because that's what's happening in Connecticut right now. They are called pandemic drones, in case you haven't seen or heard about any of this. Pandemic drones will be able to detect your body temperature. They will detect if you're sneezing or coughing. They will detect whether you're social distancing properly or not. And then authorities will be notified if indeed you do have a higher temperature, or you're not social distancing properly, or you're sneezing or coughing, because now you are high risk. Because how much further is this going to go? How much longer are we going to allow this to happen? Because there's power in numbers. 5G is everywhere. I was just driving from the suburbs down to the city. Every 100 feet, there is now a 5G lamp that was never there before. There are these monstrosities that you'll recognize. I'll put pictures of what they look like, that are everywhere. In your neighborhood, outside of your school, your churches, highways. You cannot escape this non-ionized radiation. There are no health tests that were ever done on this. And they don't plan on it either. So at what point do you say, wow, it's really strange how we were quarantined and then all of a sudden all these 5G towers popped out? What a convenient time to install all of these lamps all over, everywhere, that you can't escape from them, even in industrial places. What a convenient time to do that while everybody's in their house, not having a fucking clue what is going on. If you don't think we have some problems, we have some big problems, because these pandemic drones, they're operating off of 5G. 5G is another way to use facial recognition software, to use now social distancing. Isn't it strange that all you hear on the news, all they want to fill your head with social distance, social distance, social distance, every single minute. Now, what we have learned about these new technologies with 5G is that it cannot properly recognize the face unless you are 6 feet apart. Could be a little less than that, but I'm just going to go with 6 feet. So isn't it strange that all these things are happening simultaneously? This virus happens, we're all quarantined, 5G is rolled out globally. 5G, we already know, causes major health implications. And the reason why YouTube and Facebook and social media platforms are taking down videos that are making a relation between CV19 and fifth generation is because they cause the same symptoms. So if we go back out into society and there's a huge outbreak, how does anybody know that it's not from fifth generation? Who would ever make that relationship? No, it would be the virus. The virus is back. Who would know? This is not all coincidence that all of a sudden these things are just happening simultaneously at the same time. What's also happening at the same time? YouTube a couple of days ago, the CEO, I believe she is, put out a video that anyone that is posting videos about CV19 saying anything against the CDC treatment plan, your video will be banned and it will be taken down. So if you're telling people to treat CV19 with high dose vitamin C intravenously, they are taking down your post. Why is that? Because they have found 100% recovery rate with that treatment. Why are they taking that treatment away from people? Something that's inexpensive and something that actually cures this flu. Why is that? Nobody finds that strange. Why is it now that Trump spoke about UV light therapy? Today, someone also posted, anyone on YouTube that claims UV light therapy treats COVID-19 will be banned. These are all very effective treatments. and they're going to ban them. Why? Because they want to push this vaccine so badly, to mandate this vaccine so much, because of the billions upon billions upon billions of dollars that they will make from this. Will it be yearly that you'll have to get this mandatory shot, or you won't be allowed into society, that you'll need a COVID certificate? Because I'm confused. I thought I had a right to my own body and what I choose to put in it and what I don't. And you have assholes like Bill Gates going on television telling people that we're not going to be able to have any sporting events, or we're not going to be able to go to movies, we're not going to be able to do anything with large crowds until, we come out with this vaccine. Who left him fucking in charge? And people watch on TV and be like, yeah, wow, that's crazy. I guess that's what we'll have to do. We don't know what is in this vaccine, what it can do to someone. He talks about it, it might possibly kill 700,000 people. And I will show that clip. If that doesn't scare anybody, I don't know what to tell you at this point. Because more and more people are waking up every day, but more and more people need to be opening their mouths to help inform other people of all the things that are really going on. Because the more calm we are, and the more, yes, we'll do this for the greater good. If we're doing things because they care about our health, why every flu season do we not do this? Because now if you go outside without a mask on, people look at you crooked. Like there's something wrong with you. Like you are a danger to society if you go outside without a mask on. And if someone gets sick, they'll point the finger at you. Well, where are you in flu season when 60,000 people die? Telling everybody how irresponsible that they are. Because that's what's happening now. And that's what's happening now because you allow your news media to tell you who to think, how to think, what to think, who you are, what you should be outraged about, what's considered racist. And I just sit there and I scratch my head like, am I living in an alternate universe that no one sees this? But luckily there are millions of people that see this. But it's time for us to wake up the other millions of people that don't. Because we are literally at war right now. And a lot of people refer to this as a spiritual awakening. Whatever you want to call it, it's something a lot bigger than a virus. And the fact that people still think that this is about a virus is infuriating. The signs are everywhere. There are doctors everywhere debunking what these scientists or head doctors are saying. They have the numbers now and they do not equal what is happening. They're now saying, well, we now know millions of people have been infected. Millions of people have been infected. And the death rate gets even smaller. The more people that are infected, the smaller the death rate is. So there is no reason for what is happening to happen unless there is a much bigger picture. And that's exactly what is happening. And there's nowhere in the Constitution that says you can take away our freedom. If I want to go out and infect myself, that's my right. But now all of a sudden there's all the social justice warrior people that want to say, well, you're putting people at risk. Well, where were you at when HIV, the flu, measles, mumps, polio, chickenpox, where are you at when all that's circulating? Oh, nobody told you to be outraged about that. Oh, that's right. Okay. Enough is enough. There's so much shit going on behind our backs at this point that it's hard for me to even understand that there are still people that do not see this. That is the scary part. There are nurses going on TV that are claiming to be nurses, giving fake statistics. I'll play that clip too. We got problems, but the solution The solutions are when we are uniting together instead of making this political and, oh, well, Trump did this and he's not supposed to do that. Everything turns into politics. We don't have time for this shit right now. We don't have time for this anymore. And the faster people wake up to what is really going on, the faster we can all come up with a solution together. So I'm going to play these clips. Hopefully, it'll help wake up some more people.
And we stopped the whole country over this. We stopped the whole country. This has nothing to do with COVID. This whole close down has nothing to do with COVID. I can personally attest to that. I've seen fake nurses lying on the news that aren't even real nurses. And the reason I know is because I'm a district manager and I go to the same facility. So they're lying. They're making up numbers that aren't there. I have had 2 patients that got COVID with lung cancer and the other one had Alzheimer's.
We clearly need a vaccine that works in the upper age range because they're most at risk of that. And doing that so that you amp it up so it works in older people and yet you don't have side effects. If we have, 1 in 10,000 side effects, that's, way more, 700,000,
So the more you test, the more positives you get. The prevalence number goes up and the death rate stays the same. So it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And as we move through this data, what I want you to see is millions of cases, small amount of death. Millions of cases, small amount of death.
It's called a pandemic drone, and you'll find it hovering above popular places in Westport, Connecticut. As you can see outside this grocery store, it can measure whether people are social distancing. The circles determine if they're 6 feet apart. Green's good, red's bad.
Of course, anything that is medically unsubstantiated, so people saying like, take vitamin C, take turmeric, like those all will cure you. Those are the examples of things that would be a violation of our policy.